So my accent is from Lisbon, right? For instance, Lucy is from the islands, so she does have a different accent than myself, right? So just like here, right, the person from California will have a different accent from a person from New York, for instance, right? So that also happens there. And this alphabet, because it's in the kiddie form, ends up being a neutral version of accent pronunciation. So that's what it is.
Paula, faz a partilha do som.
Have you mentioned for me to lower my volume?
Não, não. Partilha no som, no share. Tens que fazer, vais ao share, depois em advance e partilhar o som. Porque nós não conseguimos ouvir.
Se eu mexer no computador agora vai parar ainda mais.
Sim, mas não dá para ouvir nada deste lado. Faz a partilha, share, advance, sound.
Para fazer partilha só do link então no chat? É isso que me estás a dizer?
Não, vais ao share, clicas em advance.
No Zoom, certo?
No Zoom, exatamente. Sorry guys, technical difficulties.
Ok.
E depois faz a partilha do som, do computador.
Ah, ok.
E assim já conseguimos ouvir o que tu ouves.
Quando eu ponho os vídeos não ouvem automaticamente.
Não.
Pensava que ouviam. Tá à frente.
Let's try. Let's see if this time works.
Tenta trabalhar, mas esta porcaria trabalhar também. Talvez. Ok, então avisa lá.
O que é que começa com A, abacate e avião? O que é que começa com B, brincadeira e beliscão? O que é que começa com C, carochinha e caminhão? O que é que começa com D, dado D de decisão?
The music?
No, the alphabet again, and have everyone repeat with you, please.
Of course. Let's go one more time. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 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 H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, X, Y, O, Y, Z. Very well.
Good job. So Y means the Greek I, that's where it comes from. So from here, we're gonna go now to diphthongs. Paulo, pode baixar o teu ecrã? Faz favor, obrigada. So, as I said in the beginning, the way you pronounce the alphabet and the diphthongs is something that you need to practice over and over again, because it's what's going to consolidate the pronunciation, your pronunciation of the language. And actually, the diphthongs is something that is quite hard to pronounce in Portuguese. These ones we're going to have here, they are the most simple form of diphthongs. So we're going to have A-U, A-U, and we read it ow. Repeat with me. Ow.
Ow.
Ow. Pow.
Ow.
Mau.
Mau.
Yes. So pow means stick, mau means bed. Then we have, we can say ow if we get hurt as well. So it's an interjection, ow, it hurts. But I also means the same thing, I got hurt. So you can say one way or another. So if you're in Portugal, you don't say ouch anymore, you say ai or ow, okay? I, repeat with me. I, sai. Mais. Sai means get out, mais means more, or the plus sign. Now a very hard one, which has a nasal sound. So this is pronounced through your nose. Aum.
Ow.
Cão.
Ow.
Cão.
Pão.
Ow.
Mão.
Mão.
Which means dog, bread, and hand. Don't confuse in terms of this and the sound, pau and pão. Because if you're in a restaurant and you say that you want bread, eu quero pão, and some people tend to pronounce it pau, it actually means that you want stick, and stick can have a very interesting connotation.
I've made that mistake before.
Yes, so we don't want to say to no one that we want stick, okay? Especially if we're a lady. Well, if you're a guy, you wouldn't say it as well. Okay, then we're gonna move to E, A.
Ai. Ai.
Peixe.
Peixe.
Beijo.
Beijo.
Which means fish and kiss. Eu.
Eu.
Seu.
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 Eu. Seu.
Seu.
Meu.
Meu.
Meu. Good. We're gonna go to eu.
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 Saiu.
Sei.
Saiu.
Sei.
Saiu.
So when you say rio, you say together rio.
Rio.
Rio. Saiu.
Sei.
Saiu.
You got out. Now with io, io, rio.
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 Frio.
Frio.
Which means river and cold. Ia.
Ia.
Maria.
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 Fria.
Fria.
Maria, of course, is the lady's name. Fria is cold. So if you say a Maria é fria, it doesn't mean that she is cold. It means she's a cold person. Okay? É is, está is with. Okay? O.
O.
Ou.
Alone, it also means or. Sou.
Sou.
Sou is verb to be. Yeah? Eu sou. I am. Oi.
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 Alright. So Brazilians say a lot oi to say hello, olá, but Portuguese also start to say oi, just because it's simpler than olá. Depois.
Depois.
Another nasal sound, oin.
Oi.
You can think of oink oink, oin. Põe.
Põe.
A galinha põe ovos. The chicken lays the eggs. To put. Yeah. Ui.
Ui.
Rui.
Rui.
Ua.
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 Lua.
Lua.
Okay. So now we're going to be watching the video, and now after I'm going to explain the difference in between diphthongs, triphthongs, hiatus, and the differences in between the syllables and how the sounds are accentuated in each syllable.
Estou a aprender a ler de um modo engraçado. Já sei as letras todas. Todas de cor e salteado. Vogais são só 5. A, E, I, O, U. E as outras consoantes já sei eu, já sabes tu. Agora que as desenho já as vou poder juntar. Que as vogais, tal como nós, vão gostar de andar em par. São várias as misturas, toca a combinar. Saber os diphthongos é fácil a cantar. Ai, 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 é o ai de pai. É I, ai, ai, como rei. Eu sei, oh, I, oi, oi, de dói, dói. E boi, ui, ui, ui. Eu conheço Rui. Ai, au, au, é o au de pau. É eu de chapéu e céu. Oh, eu, oh, oh. E não é acabou. Ao til, de cor e salteado. Vogais são só 5, A, E, I, O. E as outras consoantes, já sei eu, já sabes tu. Agora que as desenho, já as vou poder juntar. Que as vogais, tal como nós, vão gostar de andar em par. São várias as misturas, toca a combinar. Saber os diphthongs é tão fácil a cantar.
É canja, canjinha, é muito fácil. Tudo
So at the end of the video, she says, é canja. Canja means chicken soup. Canjinha, little chicken soup, which in English means piece of cake. Yeah, but for us it's chicken soup. So, as we've seen, the diphthongs are when two vowels are together in the same syllable. And vowels, we say vogais. As vogais. Repeat with me the vowels. A,
A,
E,
E,
I, O,
O,
U.
U.
Good. For example, we have peixe, fish, saudade, very Portuguese words, which is the feeling of longing, of missing something. And this one is for Brandon, paixão. Paixão can be passion, love, infatuation. Yeah. Paixão. Don't forget the nasal sound at the end, yeah?
I'm working on it.
Good. That's good. So now we're gonna have in each syllable always needs to have a vowel. And what happens is that in each syllable, because we have diphthongs joining two vowels, we have a rule that in each syllable it's only allowed one vowel. So what does that mean? Because we actually have two. So it means that when we have two together, one of them has more strength than the other. So the one that has more strength is considered the vowel, and the other one is considered the semi-vowel. So, for example, if we have the word pie, pie means father, not apple pie. P-A-I means father. Pie, A is the vowel, and I is the semi-vowel because it has the tone goes down, yeah? So we can have a crescendo sound or a decreasing sound. And help me with my English, please. So if the sound goes up, like in this case, pie, so it's going up. It's going A-I, so up, down. If we have another word, like for example, quatro, quatro means four, it goes qua, low, U-A, too high, okay? Quatro, Q-U-A-T-R-O. Quatro from low, A is the high one, okay? So you always know that the sound can go up or down. And of course, we can have sounds that are more oral, like for example, caixa, that means box, or sai, that means leaf. And we have, as you've seen, sounds that are more nasal, like cão, pão, yeah? So usually, in terms of the pronunciation, whenever you see that tilde, it means that it has a nasal sound, yes? So you need to focus on pronouncing that nasal sound. There are other words that also have the nasal sound, but all of these are more complicated. So I'm not going to put it here, but for example, words that, for example, tem, which is to have, they have, is a bit more complicated, but has a nasal sound because it ends on an M. Now, for the other oral sounds, we're not going to give the accent marks to start off because that's a bit more tricky.
I have a question. Is that okay?
Sure.
What you were just explaining, do you have a slide for that?
Yes, I'm going to prepare it for you and I'm going to send this to you because right now it's in Portuguese and no point on sending it to you yet. So I'm going to translate it. So you can have both the option in Portuguese and English, and then you can go back and forth as you are ready to read it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
So here, as you can see in the slide, we're going to have, so in terms of the syllables, we can have monosyllable, so the word can be monosyllabic. For example, sai, and this is sometimes in Portuguese we say respostas monossilábicas, that you're giving monosyllabic answers. It means probably you're upset or something's going on. So it's like, why are you giving me monosyllabic answers? It's like, are you okay? It's all good. It's when you ask something and they say yes, no, yeah. So that's a monosyllabic answer. It can be, and also the syllables can be disyllabic, trisyllabic, or polysyllabic, okay? In this case, you're gonna have a trisyllabic word, sábado, and you have the accentuation on the first syllable, sa. So it means that this is the one that has the pronominant tone. So sábado. So you put that one higher, sábado. Yeah, and yes, and this is important because sometimes people know a lot of words in Portuguese, but when they start speaking, people don't understand. Try to think of it almost like rhythm or like a song. Like these words have rhythm, is sábado, okay? Good. If you need to do gestures to, in fact, create more emphasis, by all means, be expressive. And so whenever you see those accents on top that are acute or grave, you know that it goes up. Sábado, okay? Whenever you see a little hat, which is the circumflex accent, we call it hats in Portuguese, actually. Like avô is usually o. So it creates that sound. It's not nasal, but it's a lower sound, okay? So think of it as a lower sound. And then finally, we have the nasal sound, cão. And this one goes up to your nose, yes? So you have to keep on changing it to up, o, ow. Yeah, so you have to go in between one and the other depending on the word, okay? So we already know that words can have more than one syllable, that the vowel is the one that has bigger accent than the next one when we have the diphthongs together. And for example, we can have a word like Uruguay or Paraguay, names of countries, which in this case, they are triphthongs, means that we're going to have 3 vowels together in the same syllable. We also have something that we call hiatus, and hiatus is when we have 2 vowels together, but they actually in different syllables. Like for example, coelho, which means rabbit. Cu, C-O, A, the E, liu. Okay, so these are no longer diphthongs because they are in separate syllables. Or saúde, health. Saúde. Okay, so this would be considered a hiatus. In terms of the syllables, we can have open syllables when it ends on a vowel, like for example, sábado, and we can have closed syllables when it ends with, for example, lucrar ends with an R, so we're gonna have it closed. Okay, so if it ends, you just need to memorize that if it ends on a vowel, the sound is more open. Make sense so far? Yes, any questions? No? Okay.
Não queres dizer a eles como é que se lia se não se desse importância à pontuação?
Oh, yeah.
Ou a diferença da palavra?
Yeah, Paula is referring to the example that we have, sábado. If we didn't have the accentuation there, the little accent, it would be sábado. So the middle syllable is actually the one that would get the emphasis. Yeah? And that would be the emphasis in the middle. So the tone, usually in the words, the tone can be on the last word, on the one before, or even before. So you just need to notice where the tone is. An example is my name. My name is Lucia, and it has an accent on the U. But actually, I started to write my name in the US without the accent. So whenever people say Lucia, I'm actually okay with it because, you know, I didn't put the accent there. But if it had an accent, it means that Lucia. Okay? Makes sense? All right, so here just try to think about the rhythm that the words have, the tone that the words have, and which syllable is accentuated, and even within each syllable, which word gets the accentuation whenever you speak, okay? Questions? I'm gonna send this with more detail. I was just trying to get the message across, so let me know if it makes sense, okay? Good. All right. So now we're gonna go to Paula with personal pronouns.
Vou fazer eu estes, não és tu? E eu fazer os artigos?
Oh, assim eu posso fazer. Okay, so I guess it's me. So in terms of personal pronouns, we're gonna have, and please repeat with me, eu, tu, você, ele, ela, nós, vós, vocês, eles, elas. Eu, o que é? What is eu?
I.
And it's also a diphthong, yeah? Good. So in Portuguese, we have I'm not sure if anyone speaks Spanish, but we have the formal and the informal. You is the same thing, but you, tu, we only use when we actually know the person, okay? Or we're the same age, or we're kind of familiar. If we don't know the person, we use the conjugation of você. Sometimes we don't say, we have personal pronouns that are omitted. So, for example, instead of saying tu achas, we just say achas, because achas is the conjugation of tu, so we don't have to specifically say the pronoun. In this case, if I change it to acha, when I'm talking to someone, is the same as saying você acha, but we're only gonna say acha. Do you think? We just say think, because the think is already conjugated within the você in the informal one, yeah? So usually, in that case, we just drop the S and it becomes formal. That's the easy approach in the majority of the cases. Then we're gonna have, and usually in você is in terms of conjugation, when we get to the verbs, is gonna be the same as ele e ela. Okay, so it's always conjugated the same way. This is why they're close to it. So, ele, ela. Now we're gonna go to the plural. We're gonna have nós, us. In this case, we. But if we're talking, we say nós, it also can mean us. The vós, we don't use vós anymore. So in the verbs conjugation, we're probably not going to ask you to conjugate this, even though we are forced to as Portuguese, because it's an old form of speech, and it would use mostly with like royalty, or if you want to be doing a caricature as if you're speaking to a king or something. Yeah, so we don't usually use vós. vocês, you in the plural, and eles, elas, they. Okay? So these are our personal pronouns. Any question about it? Good? Okay. Paula?
Não há perguntas?
Não.
Espera aí que eu não tenho isto feito.
So basically, Paula's gonna talk to you about the articles, and the articles can be always refers to defined or undefined things, and always has masculine or feminine. So it needs, and the articles need to agree with the noun in gender and number.
Yes, so articles. We have the defined and undefined, just like in English. And they are classified this way, and we have several, so I'm gonna say them. The defines are o, a, os, as. Then you have the undefined, which will be uma, uns, umas. Now, when you see the u, this is always for masculine, okay? This is always used when you're talking about something that will be, or is a noun that is in masculine. And the a is for feminine, okay? So we do always make the distinction between feminine and masculine, okay? We always have to be what I like to call a gender mindful, okay? And not just being gender mindful, you also have to know if it's singular or plural, okay? And the plural rule in Portuguese, just as in English, is also just adding, in most cases, an S, okay? So with this being said, there's a small explanation here that says, just like in English, the articles are classified to define and undefined. Now here, we also explain what they are, okay? So the, in English, is all of this, okay? Is the u, a, us, and as. The undefined is the equivalent to a or an, right? To uma, umas. Now the difference, the main difference is that unlike English, you do need to use this with every noun or every substitute of a noun, okay? So for instance, I do have a chat here. I didn't notice until now. I'm trying to open our chat again because I'm gonna type what I will explain. So, onde é que tá o correto? Desapareceu, não aparece mais.
Eu vou
Oh, so for some odd reason I cannot open my chat at this moment. I'm sorry, I was typing earlier. So I will try to do it on the side on the word, and then I'll add to the chat. So for instance, you have, if you said a rapariga. Rapariga. So this is the same as saying the girl, okay? So we always have to use the article prior to the noun or what we are going to conjugate after, okay? So if we would use a full sentence, that most likely in English, we would not need to put the girl. In Portuguese, you'll still use a rapariga. We just always use it. Lucia, would you like to care to help me with a sentence as an example?
I'm actually writing in the chat right now.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay, perfect.
I wrote
So,
o gato, the cat, o gato. So this is masculine and feminine. A gata, gato, uma gata. So defined and undefined. In plural, we have os gatos, as gatas, uns gatos, umas gatas. So again, we're gonna have agreeing in gender and number, and whether it's something that is defined, so it's a cat that you actually know, or is a random cat that you have no clue. So just you're referring to any kind of cat, yeah?
Did I make sense or not so much?
Yeah. So this is the tricky part, is that in every, whenever you speak, you always
Oh, I
need
see.
to put the articles next to the nouns, and you always need to agree in gender, number, and whether it's defined or undefined.
So what's her name? Nikita? I don't know who you are, but that's okay.
Yes.
Nikita has a question. It's a very good question. So your question is a little advanced. I will give you the overall answer, but that will be for a further module, okay? So the plural for Portuguese, the overall rule is as I mentioned. However, when the words end with the M, it does swap for an N, and then you add the S. It's just an exception to the rule. And that happens to, so not just for this, there's other words, as for instance, algum. Then when you will make this a plural, it will be alguns. I don't know if you guys can see my chat. So we'll change to this for plural. So this is just another irregularity that we have within our language. So there's a lot of little exceptions to the rule, like it is in any language, but this is one of them, and I'm very impressed that Nikita caught it, because a lot of people don't. So yay, Nikita. I don't see your little thingy, but I am typing this in, so you'll have it as well. PB, fruits, with after M, and any other letter we at the end. There you go, and there's even more explanation. So yeah, so thank you for asking. This is great. We'll definitely go more into that since that's a more advanced rule. But yes, overall, you guys already have now the rule there on the chat for everybody to look into that. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I wrote it, but let me just clarify what I wrote, because I just noticed it was all jumbled up.
Yeah.
So, whenever, so in this case, it changed to an N because the S, the rule, the main rule in Portuguese is before a P and a B, we use an M. But if it has any other letter, like in this case an M, an S, the M changes to an N. So it's before that letter. If it's a P and a B, we put an M. If it's any other, we add an N. Make sense? All good?
Are they asking more? No, we okay? All right.
I have a question. Are you able to give an example of one that would have before the P and V in the B?
For example, campa, which is very dark, means grave, but campa or campo, field, it has a P, so I'm gonna write it in the chat. Campo, field, has a P, then it is an M. Then I'm gonna be writing constante, same in English, constant. It's an S, so we change it to an N. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Eu acho que estás a falar de outra coisa, não é? Que eles só estavam a falar do plural.
Não, eu pedi um exemplo.
Sim, eu sei. Não, não é isso que eu estava a dizer. Está bem, tudo bem. Estava a falar que tu disseste isso dos P's e dos B's, mas no entanto eles não estavam a perguntar isso, estavam a perguntar sobre o plural.
Nikita, are you there?
Eu acho que ela não consegue falar. Eu acho que ela deve estar com o mute ou assim, por isso é que ela está a mandar mensagem.
Okay. Nikita, let us know if your question was in terms of the M changing to an N, or if it was relating to the plural form, okay? Ah, ok. M to N. Era essa a pergunta que eu estava a fazer. Thanks.
Pois. Tá bem.
Yeah, of course.
Ficholas, and this means super cool, okay? terrific slang in Portuguese. We like to use a lot the word fish, or literally like fish, but it means for us means cool, literally, okay? We can also change it to ficholas. Has nothing to do with the class, just figure you guys can know what the word means, because you guys gonna be speaking with us on the chat, and you guys will start seeing that a lot on WhatsApp, okay? Because I'm gonna start writing a lot of slang. We do have Susanna, right? Susanna, I know you 8 hours ahead of us in our time zone, at least. I work nights, so feel free to text in the group on WhatsApp anytime you want, okay? Because if I'm not awake, Lucia will be awake, and vice versa. So there's always someone covering the WhatsApp in all hours. With that being said, let's pass to... Olha, queres fazer a pausa agora ou vamos passar já para isto?
Não, não, continuamos.
So Lucy's gonna take over, and we're gonna talk about the possessive pronouns.
Yes, okay. So now, pronomes possessivos. So the possessive pronouns actually indicates that you possess something, or something is in relation to you, because like, for example, your mother or your father, you don't actually possess them. They're just in relationship with you, yeah? And here, the same thing is gonna work with the personal pronouns. So here, it has to agree on gender and in number. So, as an example, we're gonna have in masculine, singular form, meu. Repeat with me, meu.
Meu.
Yes. Teu.
Eu.
Eu.
Yours. Seu.
Seu.
Yes, good. Now we're gonna go to the plural. Nosso.
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 Vosso.
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 Seu.
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 Now the masculine plural, meus.
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 Teus.
Teus.
Seus.
Teus.
Teus.
Nossos.
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 Vossos.
Vossos.
Seus.
Seu.
Feminine. Feminino. Singular. Minha.
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 Tua.
Tua.
Sua.
Sua.
Nossa.
Nossa.
Vossa.
Vossa.
Sua.
Sua.
Minhas.
Minhas.
Tuas.
Tuas.
Suas.
Tuas.
Nossas.
Nossas.
Vossas.
Vossa.
Suas.
Tuas.
Yes, and notice how I create more emphasis on always one syllable more than the other, okay? Now I'm gonna write in the chat an example of a sentence. Okay? A minha bicicleta é mais velha do que a tua. My bike is older than yours. My bicycle is older than yours. So tell me which is the possessive pronoun.
Minha.
Mm-hmm.
Tua.
Tua. Yes, very good. So in this case, minha and tua, they have different connotations. So minha bicicleta, so it's a pronoun that is kind of in the place of an adjective, so it's next to the noun. So it has a different emphasis that a tua. The tua is replacing the noun bike, yes? So we say that the first one, and this one, if you don't need to memorize it, is so that you know that whenever it's next to the noun, it has the function of an adjective, and whenever it stands on itself, is just replacing a noun. So it's omitting to the noun or referring to a noun, okay? Any questions about the personal pronouns? Sorry, possessive pronouns? No, it's just too many?
What does the sentence actually say? My bicycle is more.
I'm gonna write it. My bicycle is older than yours. Okay.
But there's no word for older. It's just more old.
Mm-hmm.
You can, no, in this case, we don't have a word for older. No,
Okay.
no. No, we say é mais, more than.
Lord.
Okay. So all of this is going to be sent to you and with other examples so that you can have different examples to compare. Okay. How are you feeling? Do you need a little break for water? Yeah, no, are you good?
The break is good.
Yeah.
Break. For my break.
Break. Okay. So let's do a 10-minute break and then carry on. Is that okay?
Okay.
Works.
Perfect. Okay. So see you in 10. Já está. Bem-vindos outra vez.
Olá. Então, right now we're going to say ways or show you guys ways of doing greetings, okay, or presentations of ourselves. This is a little document that we created for you. That has several ways. It has the informal, as we mentioned before, which these are used for friends. That in average we use 2. And then we have the formal, which is what you use to a stranger, someone that you don't know, or perhaps older, and you will be a little more proper. When you guys will receive this, you will have the translation in the bottom of what it means in English, okay? So what I will do now is I will read one, and then I'll read the other. Pay attention to pronunciation. And after that, we'll also see the English one as well, okay? So I'll start for the informal at this time. Ok, estou a mostrar. Não faço ideia. Assim. Saudações e apresentações. Informal. Oi, oi. Como estás? Como te chamas? Desculpa. Podes repetir? Oi. Eu chamo-me Paula. Prazer em conhecer-te. Conheces o João? Quero te apresentar ao João. Já ouvi falar muito de ti. Boas coisas, espero. Não acredites em nada, que é tudo mentira. Estava ansiosa de te conhecer. Gostei muito de te conhecer. Até à próxima. Now, very quickly. Now here, as you see, it says a/ao, ansiosa / ansioso. Right. You have to be gender mindful, okay? So in this case, I'm a female, So I will be ansiosa. Okay? But if it's a male, the male will be ansioso. Makes sense?
Yes.
So for instance, here I said that I would like to introduce you to, and I said João anyway. João being masculine will be ao. If I said quero te apresentar a Lúcia, then will be a Lúcia, okay? Very quickly, this is what I'm saying. English. Hi, how are you? What is your name? I am sorry, can you repeat? Hi, my name is Paula. Nice to meet you. Do you know João? I would like you to meet. I have heard a lot about you. All good, I hope. Do not believe it is not true. I have been looking forward to meet you. Nice to meet you. See you next time. Okay. So now that we saw our translation as well, I will read the same in formal, which means someone you don't know or someone that is older that you will speak with more respect, right? So, oi, as we mentioned before, it is also hello, but it's actually hi, okay? So it's short. It's like, hi, how you doing, right? So, hola is actually hello. So then, hola, como está? Como se chama? Desculpe, pode repetir? Olá, como está? Eu chamo-me Paula. Prazer em conhecer-lhe. Conhece o João? Quero lhe apresentar ao João. Já ouvi falar muito de si. Boas coisas, espero. Não acredito em nada, que é tudo mentira. Estava ansiosa de o conhecer. Gostei muito de lhe conhecer. Até à próxima.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if you guys noticed. The main difference is the verb conjugation. As we mentioned before, we will conjugate the you for formal, which is the same as being conjugated on a third person. And that means we drop the S's, okay? So podes, pode. You see the difference? The S is dropped. Como te chamas, como se chama. Okay, so that's the main difference. And then of course also with that, all kind of conjugations or auxiliaries that we use will have to be changed as well. Okay, prepositions, things of that sort will have to be changed to the third person. Now, we would like you, please, to introduce yourselves. All of you. It's okay, Lauren. You're here to learn. So even if you say something wrong, it's okay. So we will, Lauren was like, OMG. In Portuguese, oh meu Deus. We say it too, okay? So we just want you guys to try, you know, that's why we said the presentation will be towards the end, because we are showing how to present yourself, right? So I will show this again. I'll give you guys 1 minute to read this over, and then you guys will have a good idea what it means in English. And then I'll bring the page back up, and then we'll start one by one. I would like all of you to present yourselves, okay? Is that something we can do? Thumbs up? Yeah? Tá fixe? Fixe. Okay. Calma, calma. Estou à espera do 25 para subir para cima. Para eles verem bem. Aí está. Alrighty. So now we have it here. You guys can use whatever way you want, informal, formal. It doesn't quite matter to me. Just use something. So, who would like to go first?
I'll go first. Get it out of the way.
Alrighty. I don't see you, but that's okay.
Hola, yo chamo Omid.
Okay. So in this case, because you're talking about yourself, you have to change this to me. Eu me chamo Omid. But this was really good, Omid. Really
Eu
good.
me is it chamo or chamo?
Eu me chamo Omid.
Eu me chamo Omid.
Because the verb is changing to first person. Okay? And this is
Okay.
why it changes to ending in O. Because that's the conjugation for first person.
Okay.
So that was really good. So, olá, eu me chamo Omid. I'm gonna type that on the chat for you guys as well. Let me see.
Okay.
Olá, eu me chamo Omid. Perfect. Alrighty, who would like to go next?
Zawadi, I'll go. Hola. Wait, no. Yeah. Hola. Eu me chamo Zawadi. Eu me chamo Zawadi.
Certo, perfeito. Perfeito. Okay, next.
I'll go next.
Wait. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Hola, eu me chamo Ana.
Prazer. Muito bem. Very well. You did very well. When I say prazer, I said pleasure. Like pleasure to meet you. That's what I meant by
You
prazer.
spell that.
Prazer, of course, prazer. When you said prazer, literally means pleasure. However, if you're saying in a situation like this, what you meaning is pleasure to meet you. We just might not say everything. To meet you.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. So who spoke when Anna spoke can go next.
It was me. Oi, eu me chamo Nikita.
Prazer, Nikita. Alrighty. Who would like to go next?
I'll go. Olá, eu me chamo Lauren.
Olá, Laura. Estás boa? Your name is Laura for me. Sorry. Just kidding. I can say Lauren. I'm just giving you a hard time because she was so blushed. See, you did very well. Good job. Who would like to go next?
I'll go. Hola, eu me chamo Brandon.
Olá, Brandon. Prazer.
Prazer.
Oh, very well. Good job. All right. Do we have anyone else? I'm sorry, I don't see everybody since I'm sharing the screen.
I'll do it.
Oh, we have Suzanne, Elise, right? I know that. I haven't seen her. Hola.
Hola, chamo-me Suzanne.
Prazer, Suzanne. All right. So do we have someone else other than Suzanne? Did all of you go already? Lúcia, parece que eles já foram todos.
Já?
Não sei, eu não...
Sim, parece que sim.
Parece que sim. Não é.
Sim.
Ainda
Ana,
temos...
Ana, quantos anos tens? Did you understand that? Quantos anos tens? How old are you? Anna Taylor. Quantos anos tens? No? We're working on those numbers soon. I just wanted
Look at the chat. I give you some help, people.
You're giving me a hard time, Lucia.
Who is able to tell me his or her age?
Yes, so funny.
We have to reply or
In Portuguese, yes.
eu tenho, I know in Spanish, 32 anos.
Boa! Ficholas!
In Portuguese is very similar, is 32.
32.
Yes, very good. Okay, well done, well done. So, Paula, vamos para os dias da semana?
Pois se calhar é melhor, é?
Abres aí?
Sim.
Ok.
Vou
Great.
precisar de um minutinho, tenho de abrir o e-mail.
We're doing very good on time. So, we're going to go to days of the week.
So we don't have to answer that question.
Well, somebody already did, but you know, you can answer to yourself.
Oh,
I want to say something. I did notice, Paula, as you were reading, I was looking, and at the end of the word, if there's a vowel at the end of the word, it seems to get chopped off. So I'm noticing that.
You mean in the pronunciation, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You feel like I'm chopping off the end of the words?
No, it's the way we talk. We chop off a lot of things when we talk. Like, for example, the word estás.
Mm-hmm.
We chop it off to tash. When I wrote in the chat, tash fixe is the common way we speak. We don't say estás fixe. We can either say estás bem, because it's more proper, or if you're about to use slang, which is fixe, we chop the word and just say tash fixe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the word conhecer, at its there's an LHE at the end. Is that pronounced lu? No.
Conhecer-lhe, lhe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So that is a bit tricky. Those conhecer-te, conhecer-lhe, and we're going to go over that when we actually discuss the object pronouns.
Okay.
Yes.
So for the moment, it's still a bit complicated. So, if you don't get it right, absolutely, Portuguese don't get it right a lot of times too.
Believe me. So, so it's okay. So, Nikita asked a question. I answered you, Nikita. I'm not sure if you saw it. However, I feel like it's something I can bring up anyway. So, when you ask that question, eu chamo-me, or eu me chamo. So what is that there's the BR version and there's the PT version.
O teu tá
Now,
Paulo, o teu tá trocado. O chamo-me é português.
tá trocada a resposta.
Okay, so.
Okay, então eu vou. Okay.
And
yeah.
Actually, Paula switched both of them. In Brazil,
I switched the answer.
They tend to say eu me chamo. So they usually simplify it and put the object pronoun before. Eu me chamo. In Portuguese, we actually use the pronoun object usually after. Eu chamo-me. So it refers to myself. I call myself. Yes? Eu chamo-te. I call you pretty or something. Yeah? And but actually both ways they are correct. Even in Portugal, we tend to use both forms. If you are from some village, or even from where I'm from, the Azores, a lot of people will say eu me chamo because it's the old version. But nowadays the correct form is actually eu chamo-me. So that's the educated way of speaking. Yeah. Any questions?
Nope.
No? Good. Okay, so we're actually going to go to the content of the second class. Good job on getting everything up to this point. Does anyone know the days of the week in Portuguese?
A little. Un poco.
Can we hear it?
It's not going to be in order. Sexta-feira,
Boa.
quarta-feira, quinta-feira,
Uh-huh.
segunda-feira,
Yeah.
sábado, domingo.
Uh-huh.
I think I left something out.
Tuesday.
Okay.
That was it. You only missed one. Do you know how to say it?
No. Wait. Segunda-feira.
No, that's Monday you mentioned before.
Oh, because the week starts on a Sunday. Okay.
Yes.
Terça-feira.
Yes. So a good way to memorize the days of the week is, well, sometimes we say segunda-feira, terça-feira, quarta-feira, quinta-feira, sexta-feira, sábado e domingo. Sometimes we don't say feira, we just say segunda, terça, quarta, quinta, sexta, sábado e domingo. We tend to use feira whenever we want to be very specific about the day of the week, because segunda also means second in feminine gender. So second, segundo, segunda. Terça, it means a third, but back in the day, it meant, before the language changed, it meant third. Quarta means fourth. Quinta means fifth. Sexta means sixth. And then sábado, which is the same as Sabbath, and domingo, which means the day of the Lord. So we're very Catholic in our days of the week. And the reason why it says second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth is because back in medieval times, on Sunday, there was a fair outside of the church, and that was considered to be the first fair. So feira means fair. And then you had the first fair in domingo, and then the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth. That's the curiosity aspect of it. So, Paula, do you want to say the days of the week and have them repeat?
Com certeza. Segunda-feira, terça-feira, quarta-feira, quinta-feira, sexta-feira, sábado, domingo. Gonna say it again, then you guys try to repeat, okay? Segunda-feira,
Segunda-feira,
terça-feira,
terça-feira,
quarta-feira,
quarta-feira,
quinta-feira,
quinta-feira,
sexta-feira,
sexta-feira,
sábado,
sábado,
domingo.
domingo.
Muito bem.
Boa?
Vamos avançar para o segundo?
Sim.
Queres fazer esse?
Só dizer os meses, não é? Essa porcaria não abre.
Okay, so now we're going to go to the month of the year, os meses do ano.
Alrighty. Então, os meses do ano. O ano tem 12 meses. The year has 12 months. Janeiro, fevereiro, março, abril, maio, junho, julho, agosto, setembro, outubro, novembro, Dezembro. Okay? Go after me, okay? Janeiro.
Janeiro.
Fevereiro.
Fevereiro.
I'll say it again. I'll say it slower even, okay? Fevereiro.
Fevereiro. Oh my God, I cannot say that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, you can. Let's do one more time on this one. Seems it's a little long, right? That's why. Fevereiro.
Fevereiro.
Yes, yes. I don't know who I heard, but someone said it really well. Março.
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 Abril.
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 Maio.
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 Junho.
Junho.
Julho.
Julho.
Agosto.
Agosto.
Setembro.
Setembro.
I'm gonna say this one again. Setembro.
Setembro.
Outubro.
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 Novembro.
Novembro.
Dezembro.
Dezembro.
Let's say this one again. Dezembro.
Dezembro.
Good, much better. So if
Sim.
dezembro has a EM. This EM has the same nasal sounds that are referred to as in the one with a tilt, like cão. Dezem, nasal, bru. Okay? And there's also, you can spot there, the NH together, NH, new, new. Try to say it, new.
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 And then you have the LH, LH, lu, lu, lu. Yes, yes, much better. That's it. So these are the sounds that you need to work on. The other one that needs also a little bit of improvement is diphthongo A. A. Okay, so you need to work on your A, and the R has a rolled sound.
Yeah. Wait for that.
Fevereiro. I'm of course exaggerating, but it's so that you know that it has a little bit of a roll. Fevereiro. Yes. So an example of a word would be caro, which means expensive, and carro, that means car. Okay? So when we have a single R, we roll it. When we have a double R, it becomes ro. Oops, let me type to everyone. Thanks, Nikita. Okay, caro, expensive, and carro, which means car. Ok? Avançamos para as estações e terminamos aí?
Sim, já estamos a dar metade da próxima. Não se vê no chat. O que tu mandaste agora, mandaste?
Keep messaging Nikita privately instead of everyone. So how do I go to everyone?
Tens de mudar. Foi mal em mudo. Caro e carro. É isso?
Yes. Nikita just keeps on getting texts from me. That's called spam. I'm to message Nikita.
I sent to everyone, and you guys can see I also put the synonymous, right? So
Thanks, Paula.
caro, carro. So when it has two R's, you actually need to read the R. So it'll be carro. But if it only has one R, you just roll over, like Lucy said. We call the low impact R, so it's caro. So caro is what girls like expensive stuff, right? So at least I do that, I don't know. And then carro, makes sense? And as you see, they're almost the same spelling, but the way you sound it makes a whole different word, okay? So, but you guys have tons of chances to practice this, so no worries. Oh, and the thanks say obrigada, obrigado, okay? You guys know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now let's not forget that the thanks is obrigada for females, all as ladies, okay? And obrigado for all the boys, okay? Does it make sense why?
Feminine and masculine.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so you guys really getting into this. All right, so we're gonna go over to this one. Estações do ano. Seasons of the year, okay? So this one is winter. Lauren, can you try to read that word for me?
Inverno.
Yes, very well. Inverno. That is exactly it. So then now, Brandon, can you read this word for me?
Primavera or primavera.
Primavera, yes, you know, just go with what you come out with. Yes, primavera, spring. Zawadi, what about this one?
Verão.
Diphthong with the till on it, right? So then it becomes nasal. So it's not verão, it's verão.
Verão.
Verão, yes.
In my nose or my upper, like somewhere up here?
It's upper, so it's verão. I like to open my mouth and try to sound it out my nose. So you want to sound it out your nose. But you want to emphasize more coming up from the top, okay? And then you have this last one. Susanna, can you read this one for me?
Go. Outono.
Outono, yes. Fall, right? It's actually not fall, it's autumn. But I think people here don't use autumn very much. It's more fall, but this actually means autumn. So thank you, Susanna. Suzanne, I'm just kidding. I can say your name. So, inverno, primavera, verão, outono. Okay, let's say it all together again after me, okay? Inverno,
Inverno,
primavera,
primavera,
verão.
verão,
Okay, again on verão. Verão, verão.
verão.
Okay, so I don't know who said verão. You're sounding this too open. You need to close it a little, come from your nose. So you don't want to say verão, you want to say verão, like you biting, okay? So verão.
Verão.
It's okay. So that video that we showed with the diphthongs, you guys will have access to it. Just practice, 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 okay? And then outono.
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 Autunno.
Okay. It's okay, right, Lucia?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you guys know this. It's a compound word. It's two words in one. Literally, the first part is prima. The second part is vera. Primavera. That means cousin Vera. That literally means my cousin Vera over there. Seriously, I'm not joking. Am I joking, Lucia?
Read the word, that's exactly what it says.
Yes. So it's the cousin Vera. That's kind of messed up, but that's how we say spring. And so I feel like right now you guys did really well with this. No, we're not gonna advance for more. So it's really more the diphthongs. You guys need to try to emphasize these parts here that we give today ends up being a little bit more of vocabulary at the most, but as you see, the eira from feira is the same diphthongo that you guys here were having difficulty. Fevereiro, janeiro, okay? So this is all the same diphthong. It's challenging for an English speaker to be able to say that sound. So please make sure that you guys do listen a lot to the audio with the diphthongs, because it will help a lot once you guys can say the ABCs very well and the diphthongs very well. That's already a huge head start, because then you guys can see the word and at least know how to kind of swap it to how it should sound more likely, if that makes any sense.
So Ahmed had here a very good question. So when you say eu chamo-me, you don't have to put the gender, because you are already saying it about yourself. But in the case of obrigado, thank you, or obrigada, if you're a male, you say obrigado. If you're a female, you say obrigada. However, the word obrigado and obrigada also means obligation or being forced to. So you can, for example, I can say I was forced to. Eu fui obrigada. I was forced to do something. So in Portuguese, sometimes we have a joke when you say obrigada or obrigado, that we say, no, I wasn't forced to, it was because I wanted to. Yes? So it's just a funny way of replying, no, I wasn't forced to, it's because I wanted. So if somebody says that to you, especially in Lisbon, that happens a lot. You'll get sick and tired of it. You already know. You say, não fui obrigado, foi porque quis. Não fui obrigado, foi porque eu quis. Okay?
Yeah, I don't say that. What do you mean? No,
So tired of hearing that when I moved to Lisbon, and I was like, okay.
Oh, you must have some lame friends. No, I'm just kidding. Back home.
That means obligation, and in terms of tradition, is because whenever someone would do something to you, you would be obliged to that person, or it means much obliged. You can say obrigada, but you can also say muito agradecido or muito agradecida, which means very thankful. And it's in the chat, okay? So guys, questions, suggestions, requests, tell us everything.
Oh, it would be good. Sometimes you're speaking colloquially, and it would be good if you put that in the chat.
Okay.
Like just that last example.
Que call this? Tá falando o quê?
Muito agradecida. This one? That one is in the chat.
It is? Okay.
This time it wasn't just for Nikita.
No, I put it up here. Do you see it, Zawadi?
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Great. And if there's something that we're saying and we actually didn't write or forget to, just write to us so we can actually write it down.
I gotta text my friend.
Yeah, and as for the WhatsApp group, like if throughout the week you guys have any questions or you guys trying to do homework and you get stuck on it, please feel free to contact us there and we will help you as soon as we can, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
So, Lúcia, vamos dar agora o homework para eles? Já vai ficar?
Sim, queres mostrar o vídeo ou mandamos só depois para eles?
Não, sim, mas dizemos só o quê?
Okay. So yes, we're gonna have homework for you guys, and it's gonna be Kizomba. So it's gonna be basically Ghetto Zouk and Selmo Half, of course. What else? What else is there? And Paula's gonna explain.
So we would like you guys to translate it, okay? We will send you a link for YouTube. They already has, instead of having the actual video for the song, has actually the letters, the lyrics for it, okay? And we'll also give you the times that we like you guys to start. Will be at 3 minutes 23 until 4:30. So it's not the whole music. We're not tyrants, but it's going to be a nice 1 minute. But it does have a lot of repetition since it's the first time, to make sure you guys not too overwhelmed. It will get a little challenging with time, but more challenging with time. So we will just like you, it will be the Portuguese music. Please go ahead, write it down. We'll help you guys sink in and then do your best to find the translation for it. Once you're done.
Podes meter o link no chat?
Yes. Boss, I can, hold on. And so like that, you guys can just do the interpretation and send it to us. And that will be a way of us seeing it, if you guys are doing well or not, and if you guys are able to understand what's going on as well, how much you guys are understanding with your own resources in making the interpretations. Onde é que está o trabalho de casa?
Queres que eu meta?
Não, está aqui.
Okay. And also, you notice the video will have the lyrics in Portuguese, so make sure that you sing along, because that way it's easy. And just try to sing along as you go and see if you're getting those diphthongs right, if your pronunciation is getting close. Because...
Mas o que é que tu estás a fazer?
Estou a arrumar as minhas coisas, vou-me embora, pá.
Vais para onde?
Vou-me embora, não tenho que ficar aqui a aturar as suas faltas de respeito.
Não faças isso.
Deixa, pá. Sai, sai.
Mas vais para onde?
Vais para onde como? Pagamos hotel para ficarmos só nós os dois. Estás a fazer confusão no final de semana, pá.
Não é bem assim.
Não é bem assim o quê?
Fica, amor.
Morro. Estás a seguir para quê?
Eu disse que eu era inocente, babe, e não era este homem que dizias ser. Mas o teu ciúme no teu ouvido pôs ao fudão. Eu disse que te amava e tu sem noção. Eu fui chamado burro por dançar a tua canção. Mas não me importei, me dediquei de coração. E do resto do mundo eu não quis saber. Fiz o meu mundo e tudo fiz pra ver. Nem que fosse um sorriso em ti já estava bom. Meu telefone e e-mail só tinha supim. Dei-te mil motivos para confiar em mim. Mas nada disso foi suficiente para ti. Então agora não me toca. Não quero saber de beijo. Não me toca. Não quero saber de abraços. Não quero saber do teu amor. Então agora não me toca. Não quero saber se não me toca. Não quero saber se não me toca. A ti sou sempre o vilão. Eu disse que eu era inocente. inocente, baby. Eu fui sincero. No fundo, tu sabias, mas ainda assim, tu fizeste escândalos. Prejudiquei-me várias vezes por caprichos teus. Teu desrespeito matou o cupido em mim. Foste egocêntrico e egoísta. O que é de bom queria só para ti, mas o que cobraste tu nunca soubeste dar. Não, tive carente de carinho enquanto tu te dei de sobra, mas mesmo assim não deixei de ser o vilão. Então agora não me toca, não quero saber de mim, não me toca, não quero saber de abraão, não quero saber do teu amor. Então agora não me toca, não quero saber se for não me toca, não quero saber se for não me toca, a ti sou sempre deixa ir em paz, pois eu preciso respirar novos ares por aí, baby. Oh yeah, pois não foi falta de aviso, não foi falta de aviso. Então agora não.
Alrighty, so here is where it's going to start your homework. So it's not the whole song, not to be too overwhelming, okay? It's going to start at 3:23, 24.
Quero saber de mim, quero saber de abraão, quero saber do teu amor. Então agora não me toca, quero saber se for não me toca, quero saber se for não me toca, a ti sou sempre o vilão. O amor que eu dei agora vejo que foi em vão, tudo foi em vão. O amor que eu dei agora vejo que foi em vão, tudo foi em vão. O carinho que eu te dei, todo aquele mimo que eu te dei, todo o amor que eu te dei, eu agora vejo que foi em vão, em vão.
So until here, okay?
Okay.
So this is from 3:23 until 4:30, okay? And hold on. And that's all is going to be the homework, okay?
Okay.
So it's not a lot, but it will be fun, right? Because it's a nice song. We all like Ensemble Half, I think. Vou por aqui, não é?
No chat. Yeah, cool. Okay, so the song is in the chat. And can you guys please tell me if you got my message on WhatsApp?
I did.
I got it.
I got it.
Cool, cool, cool. Nice. So this will be our chatterbox. So anytime that you have anything to say it in Portuguese, keep the contact, practice, send voice clips, whatever. Questions, if you have any, if you don't know how to say it in Portuguese, of course, you can ask the question in English. Just feel free to use it as you need. And we will send you via email the things that we've done throughout the class, so you can have access to it. And we're also going to send a video link that will be available for 24 hours, okay?
Well, so we have until tomorrow to do this, to listen again.
To listen to the class again, yes.
You know what pressure we're under?
Great.
No, but it is, you won't have the class itself, but you still have all the material.
Yes, exactly. So you can always go and check everything you have. The only thing that is more, well, for the class, the video, it's more the pronunciation, but that is something that you have to do on a daily basis. Just say the alphabet every day, for example, and work your diphthongs. because that is the basis for how you will communicate.
Okay.
Yeah? Any questions? No? All good?
Oh, good.
We already hammered you a lot, or not so much? Good.
Prazer em conhecê-los. Foi um maior gosto. E até à próxima.
Muito obrigada por terem feito a nossa aula. Thank you so much for being here, and don't forget, use the WhatsApp group for whatever questions or sharings that you want to do, okay?
Nada.
Beijinhos.
Nada. Beijinhos. Obrigada para todos.
Obrigado.
Nada.
Obrigada.